What's going on, everybody? It's Dan, Moonshine the Hillbilly Hellraiser. How you doing? I'm doing all right. It is my weekend. It's hot as blazes here in Florida. That we're actually sitting under an extreme heat warning right now. It is 97 degrees outside and it feels like 111. So, where I was going to start going back to the gym today because I took a week off. Just sometimes need to do that, rest up the old bones in my body and everything like that. I figured, well, instead of doing that, I'll just take another day off because I figured, well, I started last time I worked out was a week ago on Thursday. So, if I wait till tomorrow on a Friday, then, that's a full week. And then I think tomorrow we're supposed to have the same thing as far as an extreme heat warning. So I don't know. So I'll see. Worst case scenario, I'll take another day off and I'll miss like a week and a half, which is not the worst thing in the world because as I've learned over the years, not to give out any medical advice or anything, but you're not going to suffer if you take any length of time off from the gym. I mean, I've had multiple serious injuries that have required me to take months off at a time from working out. So you don't necessarily lose everything. You just have to kind of build yourself back up a little bit along the way. So I don't know. I always find that there's like this prevailing thought amongst fitness enthusiasts that you never take time off. No days off. You see people wearing shirts like that. Oh, no days off, and it's like, well, you should take time off. Rest is one of the more, it's one of the more key components of being a healthy person. I mean, you need to rest. You need to sleep. You need to take it easy sometimes, and probably myself, personally speaking, it's something that I've had to retrain my brain to do over the years is to just kind of relax. And yeah, so point being is I'll see. I might go back to the gym tomorrow. I might not. I might wait till Monday and wait for this heat to subside. So, since we're under an extreme heat warning, I figured I would stay inside in the coolness and talk about some extreme metal. So, and like a true man, I got my frozen cappuccino. That's right. You're not a true man if you don't express your feelings by drinking frozen cappuccinos. Ah, delicious. Wawa is the best. But anyhow, so I was just watching Barry from that Goat Metal show. Him and Rich, the sound producer, they did their mid-year favorite releases of the year thus far. I've tried to do this a couple of times, but one, it's taken me forever because, as most of you know, it takes me forever to get to a point. And secondly, just trying to formulate some of the albums that I wanted to talk about, how I wanted to do it. Because overall, this is not a comprehensive list of my favorite releases of the year. It's not even a ranking as far as one to whatever. It's just mostly me coming on here and highlighting some of the releases that came out thus far this year that I wanted to talk about. And I know some people have talked about them, others probably haven't. And, just kind of shine a spotlight on some of the stuff that's really kind of resonated with me throughout the course of the year thus far. So the way I figured I would do it, I would do five of the CD releases I have, five of the record releases I have. I don't have much in the way of cassette. I usually I prefer CD to record format. I will get cassette when it's available if it is the only way it's available. Like I just purchased one that the only way it was available was cassette. So in cases like that, if there's something I like and it's only available on cassette, I'll grab it on cassette. It's not the worst thing in the world. But first, folks, I did want to show this. I did get in the mail a mail order release from Hammerheart Records. Very cool. I recently realized that they have U.S. distribution, so I was able to pick some stuff up of theirs. I was on their website, and a couple of things that really caught my eye that I was like, oh, I gotta get those. I gotta spend some money. I gotta make myself poor. But first one I got was Pungent Stench Mucus Secretion, their demo. This also has, as it says in the corner here, that side B contains a never heard before rehearsal, including the previous unreleased song Melted Corpse. But this is their demo on vinyl. Very cool stuff and really good. I really dig the hell out of Pungent Stench. Outside of the one compilation with the face that's being like, looks like Frank from Hellraiser being torn apart. I can't remember what the name of it is off the top of my head, but that one. I know people like Pungent Stench. You know what I'm talking about. I have that one, and then I have I think the complete recordings, something or other. It's a compilation CD. But the one that I was really excited to get was this here, and hopefully the YouTube's doesn't flag me or anything for this being too gruesome or what have you. But it's Been Caught Buttering by Pungent Stench. This is a remastered version of the '91 release. Fantastic stuff. You see the lyric sheet with the guys on the back. I mean, it takes a lot of balls to wear shorts that short. I don't care what decade it is. And then you got a nice cool collage on the back. The thing that really kind of caught my eye was look at some of those cool, if I can focus in a little bit. Look at some of those badass shows that some people got to witness. I mean, I would have loved to have seen Pungent Stench with Brutal Truth and Incantation and 13. That would have been kick ass. Seeing him play with Typo Negative would have been amazing. And yeah, there was some really cool stuff that they got to do. I mean, it looks like there was a tour there, probably this one, where they did a lot with Brutal Truth and Incantation and had 13 playing with them a little bit. 13 was an amazing sludge metal band, if you're not familiar. They had Liz Buckingham from Electric Wizard on guitar. I actually, not to get too far sidetracked, I'm trying to purchase a copy of it wasn't an official release, but it came out on cassette. It was their entire discography on cassette that it was unofficial release that someone on Discogs has. But as I'm talking to you at this moment, uh, the seller created a shipping label like 2 weeks ago and hasn't done anything since. So I'll be honest, I'm getting a little bit nervous about that as far as that goes because I even though they got good reviews and seem like it's a legit place, have a Instagram store. I believe it's a brick and mortar record shop in Nevada. But they also, I've seen a couple of reviews where communication is bad, and sometimes the listings are there, but then doesn't realize that the stuff's out of stock, but still takes money. So I'm hoping I don't have to escalate it because I really want the copy. This is like one of these grail things for me is picking up stuff physically by 13. But nonetheless, and then also got a cool poster for the album cover. So I thought that was really cool. But I was really excited to get that. I mean, how do you not love Pungent Stench? I mean, just a fantastic band. Splatter Day, Night Fever is fantastic. Brain Pan Blues, Shrunken and Mummified Brunch. Uh, just excellent grindcore. I like grindcore, but it isn't my favorite thing. But I love Pungent Stench. But anyhow, that said, let's get into this. So I'll start with the CDs. And again, these are not in any set order. They're just honestly they're in the way that I stacked them. That's the order that we're going in. So first up, one of my favorite releases of the year thus far is Corrosion of Conformity's Good God, Bad Man. This is an excellent album. Pepper Keenan, Woody Weatherman. They got Bobby Landgraf from Down on bass. The returning Stanton Moore, who was taken over for unfortunately, the passing of Reed Mullen, left a void in the band. Mike Dean left the band because he wanted to focus on producing albums and being closer to home. But this is a fantastic release. I mean, one side is supposed to be more like kind of lean more into their rock roots, and the other side is supposed to be more of like their crossover metally type of elements. But the whole thing rips from front to back. Uh, don't hear a lot of people talking about it, but I love COC. They're one of my favorite bands ever. So I was really excited that I heard this was coming out, and I was not disappointed. It's out on Nuclear Blast, if I'm not mistaken. Nuclear Blast or Relapse. It's Nuclear Blast. And yeah, that's a really good one. Next up, I know a ton of people are talking about this one, and then the next one coming up. This Descent by Immolation. This is just a ripping album. I mean, the hostility on this is so present throughout the entire thing. It just kicks you right in the face, just from front to back. I mean, from These Vengeful Winds to the closer Descent, the title track, this thing is an amazing album. I know plenty of people have already talked about it. This one's going to be high up on my list as far as it's probably going to stay in my top three throughout the course of the year. It's kind of like when I heard the Vincent Crowley Anthology of Horror. It was like, that's going to be hard to beat. For me, that's going to be hard to beat. I mean, just an amazing, amazing album. They really outdid themselves on this one. Immolation doesn't really have bad albums, but there's some that are, of course, better than others that people like better than others. But this one truly was. I mean, everything from the lyrics to the production to the musicianship and the songwriting, everything on it is on point. So if you haven't already heard this or picked it up, go listen to it and pick it up. It is phenomenal. Next up, another one, another legacy band. Uh, Screams from Beneath the Surface by Monstrosity. Again, fantastic old school Florida death metal. This is on Metal Blade in correspondence with Conquest Music, which is Lee Harrison's deal. Uh, Fantastic album once again. Banished to the Skies, The Dark Aura, Vapors, The Thorns, Spiral, Colossal Rage, just all good. I mean, they did an excellent job on this album. Um, I'm drawing a blank on his first name, but Webb he's a fantastic vocalist. Did stuff with Massacre. I'm gonna stall for time while I look real quick if I can see, because these are very tiny prints. But Ed Webb he just a fantastic vocalist. Does a really good job on this. Has that deep bellowing growl that is perfect for this band. I mean, very underrated. I mean, you hear a lot of people they don't really get talked about in the same way that the like what would be considered the big four of Florida death metal do. But Monstrosity are certainly neck deep in the history of Florida death metal and the death metal scene in the 90s, the explosion that happened. And this one does not disappoint. So once again, this one's going to be high up on my list. It has been the entire year, and I highly recommend you go check it out. Another one, I mean, I'm really kind of going with the legacy bands here, but this one is Dark Throne, Prehistoric Metal. I really enjoyed this. I'm not a huge Dark Throne fan, not in the sense that I don't like them or I think they suck. I just never really listened to them. I just didn't spend a lot of time listening to them. I got into black metal really late, like in the past few years, outside of maybe some Immortal and Bathory and Behemoth, stuff like that. Maybe some Marduk. I think Marduk Nightwing was one of the first albums that I heard besides Sons of Northern Darkness, as far as black metal, my black metal journey, as some might say. But no, I love this one. I really enjoyed it. They basically, in the liner, they say that in the promotional sticker on the album that they did this their way, which seems to, I got a comment from Necrodaemonus666, I believe is the name of the user channel, and told me that they've been doing things their own way, even to the point where they'll give the finger to Peaceville at any given time, which is really the way it should be. But I really enjoyed this. I love They Found One of My Graves. Prehistoric Metal's really good. Siberian Thaw, The Dry Wells of Hell. I think that probably sounds a lot like it's almost like they invoked their inner merciful fate in King Diamond on doing that song. Fenris and Nocturno Culto. I mean, but yeah, this is a really good one. I do encourage people to go check it out. I know it was kind of divisive. I saw videos being made about our Dark Throne trolling people, or are they not, or this, that, and the other thing. They're playing what they want to play, and they don't really seem to care what other people think, which you want to buy it, you buy it, great. If you don't, then I think they're like, okay, it's no sweat off my behind. But then next up to close out the CD portion of the events here was Black Label Society, Engines of Demolition. I really like this. I like Black Label. I always have. Zach has a very unique guitar style, a unique flair to his playing. Uh, very shreddy, very emotive. Especially on the song, the closer, Ozzy song is really good. But the whole album is full of just killer, beefy riffs and groove and heft and just very good. For lack of a better way of describing it, commercial hard rock heavy metal. This is definitely stuff that's very much more geared towards the more normie, uninitiated to the extreme stuff side of things, as far as the spectrum, the demographics that follow hard rock and heavy metal and extreme music. But yeah, fantastic release. Again, if you are a fan of Black Label, I don't think this one's really going to disappoint. I saw one person say when I reviewed this that other than the first song, I gave my name in blood. I think, yeah, my name in blood is the name of it. But he said that was the only song that was good on it. I disagree. There's plenty of other good songs to enjoy on there. And yeah, some of these I've done reviews on them. If you want to check out more like my detailed descriptions of the albums, and go ahead and check that out. But yeah, next up, this Yatheria, Gone with the Devil. This came out on Metal Blade. This is a fantastic release. Greek black metal. It's got Jim Mutilator, originally of Rotting Christ, in the band. And this is just tremendous. I mean, I would have to say the first three songs right in a row, Dare to Rebel, Woven Spells of a Demon, The Blind Eye of Antichrist, actually four, I Totem. Those first four on side A are tremendous. 3 a.m. I'm not really a big fan of. That kind of has a very hokey feel to it, in my opinion. But again, that's just my opinion, and you know what opinions are like. But Give 'Em My Beautiful Hell, Blessed Be Who Enters, Once in a Blue Moon. I mean, this thing is super underrated. You do not hear a lot of people talking about this. Uh, Lots of clean vocals, excellent harmonies and melodies on this one. I've slowly but surely started to get into the Greek, the Hellenic black metal scene, and this one is definitely, I mean, they're an excellent band. If you've not heard of them before, I love the fact too that, not to glaze them too much, but I love that they have their little character, almost like their Eddie or their Vic Rattlehead, or from Iced Earth, the freaking, I should know this off the top of my head. I had it at the tip of my tongue, and then I drew a blank for a quick second. But oh, excuse me. Also, I'm not sick. I just, it gets the air and everything gets me nose running. But the character from Iced Earth, the same thing, having that character. I've seen some of their other albums because I only own this one, and that's a central figure that shows up on all the different albums, which I thought was pretty cool. And I think there's so much Iced Earth influence in so many different Greek bands because they're so popular over there, that I kind of feel like that was part of the appeal there. But anyhow, I'm kind of babbling a little bit. Actually stalling because I still can't remember the name of the character, which I should. Set Bomine. God damn it. But anyhow, so next up, this self-titled by Chemist. This is fantastic. If you like melodic heavy metal, doom laced, this is a tremendous album. I just got this copy today. My local record store, they didn't have it when I first ordered it, but it came in. It's like a orange, transparent orange is the look of the record. Here, I'll show it real quick. Dun, dun, you kind of see. Yeah, that's and I was particularly excited because the way I've been listening to it was streaming it on my Pandora app, and the songs are not in the correct order. So I am really enjoying and looking forward to hearing it in the correct format, the way the band intended it to be presented. This album cover is phenomenal. Check this out. They got this excellent, look at that. That is beautiful. Just great artwork there. This, as you can see in the corner, came out on Nuclear Blast. And it's got a very cool booklet again with the cover, front and back. The way the lyrics are set up look like parchment to an ancient tome. But no, they did a fantastic job on this. They really they stepped it up, I think, in my opinion. Invocation of the Dreamer, Corpse Bloom Garden is fantastic. Beneath the Scythe, Gilded Chambers. Probably one of my favorite songs is Benediction Tones. That's the closer. I mean, they do just an amazing. They have a very unique style, and the way they combine the death metal harsh growls with the melodic vocals, the clean vocals, and then the harmonies and melodies that all get combined all together throughout the course of the album. It's really well done stuff. I would say if there's a band that is going to take over like that, like that spot that Mastodon has probably left a void with, this is a band that could definitely do it. I mean, if they continue on this direction as far as this album goes. Their other albums are great, but I really think that this was probably like everything is starting to click. Like, sometimes not to get too far off into the weeds, but sometimes when as an entertainer, performer, whatever you want to call it, sometimes you start out rough around the edges, you're green, and you're slowly finding your way, and then one day things just click. I mean that happens in a lot of different facets of entertainment, and doing things like that. From coming from the pro wrestling industry, you kind of as you take on more matches and you start getting comfortable in the ring, getting comfortable in your own skin, being out there, learning how to present yourself and emote in the ways that you want to elicit a reaction from the crowd. You slowly but surely start piecing things together. As I sound slobbery because I'm drinking a sugary and caffeinated drink. But yeah, I point being is I really think that they pieced everything together on this one. It's a phenomenal release. Then next up, Propane, Stone Cold Anger. You don't really hear a lot of people talking about this one, but this one came out on Napalm Records. I really enjoyed it. Not the hugest Propane fan, but I was excited when I heard that this was coming out. I just picked this up today. I got my copy today, but I've been listening to it a ton on my Pandora app. Oceans of Blood, Stone Cold Anger, March of the Giants, Uncle Sam Wants You, Demonic Intervention, Hell or High Water, all fantastic songs. There's a couple that kind of lull a little bit towards the tail end, but overall, this is an excellent release. It took me back to my youth of being in high school and hearing Pound for Pound and Foul Taste of Freedom for the first time. So very very cool stuff. If you like kind of like that crossover mix of punk and groove metal, that sort of thing, which is a very to use a Zoomer phrase, very, very 90s coded, I guess you could say, but it's an excellent release. I would love to hear more people talk about it because I think they really did a good job on this one. And then, yeah, next up, got to go with my boys here. This Mordant Red Lord Humongous split, Bonded by the Bomb. This is a fantastic, fantastic release. I've shown it already, but I haven't talked about it. But yeah, you can see the inside there. Just tremendous artwork, great presentation by the bands. They did an excellent job, both of them on this one. Um, yeah, I think that Mordant Red, they really, as a band, they sound. I'm gonna get more deeply into this on a different video that I'm still trying to format, but they sounded a lot more mature on this one, and I genuinely believe that. Not that their other stuff was bad, but I do know Revik has talked in the past about kind of feeling a little bit rushed when they put out Eat Pussy for Satan, and they sound like and then they lost their drummer, so he had to kind of do double duty. So I really do think that there's a matured element to the band on this one, especially with, and I even asked Revik about this, and he said by getting a drummer, he was able to focus on the vocals and doing stuff that way. And you legit can tell there's a difference in the sound of this album, in the presentation. Lord Humongous does a great job on their end. They only have about 4 songs on here, but they're excellent. Painkiller is great. It's got this nice groove towards the tail end of it that has a very Meshuggah feel to it, very tech deathy kind of sound to it, but excellent stuff. And I don't say that to be as a slag on them, but just a fantastic split. I highly recommend anybody pick this up because it is a tremendous, tremendous album. And oh boy, we're hitting the half-hour mark here. So I apologize. And if you have stayed around this long, I sure do appreciate it. But yeah, finally, it'd be this one, the Plane Drifter Gestalt. This is a German three-piece. They are very, this is on Ripple Music. It's a very, very space jammy kind of, if you're into heavy psych that leans more into like the Elder or King Buffalo style of musicianship, very very elaborate and dynamic instrumental pieces. Not that it's an instrumental album, there it's vocals and lyrics and all that, but they tend to drift as far as that goes and create these wide arching soundscapes. I mean, just that cover alone. Here, I'll take this out of the sleeve so you can. I mean, that alone should kind of give you an idea of what you're looking at as far as that goes. But very very trippy album. I'm sure with a certain extracurricular activities, it'd probably take you on quite the journey. But I don't engage in that sort of activity. But Hyborian Age, Moth Murmuration is really good. Respite is really good. And Anima has Ryan from High Desert Queen doing guest vocals on it. But yeah, man, this is a fantastic, fantastic release. If you are a fan of heavy psych or anything along those lines, anything like the bands I mentioned, you're going to really enjoy this. I heard it once or twice and I said, I got to pick that up. That's just tremendous stuff. I do really enjoy amongst the different subgenres of heavy metal and extreme music and extreme metal and all that. I do enjoy the heavy psych stuff as well. It's more along the rock side of things versus the metal, but it's fantastic nonetheless. But yeah, man, so that's that. That's kind of like, and that doesn't cover even half of what I've listened to this year. I've listened to a ton of stuff. I mean, there's plenty that I left out. Probably, Venom had a really good one out. Hell Ripper put out a good one. There's tons of smaller bands that have put really good stuff out. Yeah, just a ton of good stuff has come out this year. It's been a really good year again for releases, and the second half of the year should be just as good. I'm still hoping for the new Down album to come out this year, the new Clutch album to come out this year. I'm going to check out the new Anthrax when that comes out. I haven't mentioned them either, but Green Carnation, they're putting out part 3 of their trilogy to the Dark Poem. It's a Messiah Complex, it's called. That's coming out on September 4th. September 11th, Green Lung is putting out a brand new album. Necropolitan is the name of it. That's already based on the first couple of singles. I think they're going to hit it out of the park as far as that goes. And yeah, there's a ton of other stuff. Witch's Hammer, I know people who are familiar with them are going to be excited to hear their new stuff coming out. And yeah, there's going to be Holder. Holder's got a brand new album that's coming out. I know they just put out oh crap, what was the band I heard Barry and them talking about? It was they made mention of them. Crap, I can't think of the name, but they're members of Holder are in this band, and Barry and Rich were talking about them. But anyhow, it'll come to me, but probably not before I do my old closing off thing. But yeah, I'm at about a half hour here. I apologize for taking up as much of your time. The whole point was to try to keep this brief, but as you know, I have a hard time doing that. But anyhow, this is Dan. This has been Moonshine Talking. Hopefully you've enjoyed my video about the mid-year best of new releases for 2026. Go check out the rest of the stuff if you feel so inclined. If not, that's cool. And as always, stay sick, stay heavy, stay brutal. Always tuck your chin upon impact. Don't forget to breathe. Keep headbanging, iron slang, and everybody have a good one. Take it easy, stay cool, stay healthy and happy, and I will catch you on the next video. Later.